Ooh, better not touch that. And with that very, very nice song out of the way, have to inform everybody that my co-host Jack is running a little late. So in the meanwhile, it's just gonna be me, Hack, the ever beautiful and forgetful. Oh, this time that forgetful adjective should go to Jack. But nonetheless, we are here at episode 34 of the Hat Jack Show, our first, and hopefully last, episode or under a soft lockdown in our city. Yay! And we're gonna keep this and of course we'll keep this a positive stream. I think unless it's necessary, I think there's already enough talk about what's going on with the coronavirus and whatnot. But I want to accomplish a few things for today's stream. Number one, for Jack to get here soon. He's he's he got cut up, and essentially the show sneaked up on him. So that's pretty much that's what I will give you for the excuse. And lastly, there's gonna be a mixture of some my good old giving my old hack opinions, and as well some cringe that came out earlier this week. I like to remind people that as you're listening, to follow me Hack on Twitter at dandy_spike for channel updates regarding the show and to see all the stuff that I tweet about. I often tweet a lot of things going with comics, old school anime, and and various things I like to retweet. Either case, most important thing, you get channel updates, which are always be pinned on my homepage. Now, with all that said, I actually want to get to the talk a little bit about this first topic because number one, uh, it's gonna be going to my realm of comics, which I'll be able to talk about a lot more, and I'm gonna save all the good stuff till Jack gets here. I do have something a little fun, a little fun. I get activity, I guess you could say. We'll have to do at the end, so which hopefully he agrees because I've been wanting to do this. They look a lot of fun, and and that's all. Pretty much, I'll leave it as that. So the first thing I kind of want to show off is let me close this window. Is where is it? All right. So show going to show goes for smarter. There we go. So on screen, you'll see an article from Bounty into Comics releasing news that Diamond Distributors has shut down for the unforeseeable future. Excuse me. Now, when this news broke uh, last week, I actually made a video which I encourage people to check out on the channel called "The End of Comics as You Know It," and I encourage people to check it out to give me my initial thoughts on the matter when this news was breaking down.
Bonjour.
Oh, hold on, hold on a second. Interrupt myself.
All right, I guess I'm out.
Jack, you there?
No, I'm not there.
Welcome, Jack. But hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure. Go back to the false image. Make sure the audience can hear you for a second before I continue. Do. Hold on a second. Interrupt myself.
All right, I guess I'm out.
Awesome. They can hear you, Jack. Jack, you there?
Yep, sorry. I am still I'm still in the middle of that game, but I could go ahead. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't talked in forever. since the whole quarantine thing has gone on.
I don't know. Is a week forever in your eyes?
Yes. Well, technically, it has been 2 weeks.
Actually, you know what? You're all right. You're right. Time's a bit slow on my end when you work at a place that's very draining.
Oh, so speaking of which, just to give you a quick update of how my life has been.
Mm-hmm.
So, went to work on Friday. Then from there, in the middle, we're planning to clean the floors at night since we had nothing to do, and I had a full shift. So my general manager and I we started moving around stuff, and what ended up happening was that well he hit my hand like we were moving a sofa and it hit my hand in the corner of the sofa, and pretty much from there it hit the vein like right on to where it stunned my hand for a good while. I could not feel it
Uh-oh.
at all. And I think the shock of it kind of gave me like a really bad fever. Well, not even bad. It was just like 100.4, so barely 100. But that was enough for my family, or at least my brother, to get alarmed about it, and he ended up pretty much. He ended up going. He ended up making me go to make a test and stuff.
Ooh. And,
So I got my test, and 5 days later, like today, I finally got my call for the coronavirus test. Negative, thank God.
thank you, Lord.
But yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, I can definitely tell. Are and at your job are you still scheduled to work or has things shifted over there?
So at my job, I'm not on this week's schedule just because of the what happened.
Right.
But next week's schedule, since I already told them, they're like, okay, you can start coming back to work.
Ah, okay. I see. I see. Well, over my place and over at my job, it has been as slow as molasses because of course this is the perfect time of year to fix up your car. The
Hmm.
perfect time. So not a lot of customers coming in, and so we're just pretty much doing a whole bunch of busy work, replacing labels, moving stuff,
Have
regular.
they
Hmm.
cut hours or anything, or closed or shortened up
Yes,
store
yes,
closing times?
they cut from the normal time. They cut off 3 hours. Now they increase it to well, they just they cut it now back to cut it to two now. So I don't know if the schedule has changed since I've not been scheduled to work these past few days, but it it also but it's in something as well as the constant cleaning, the constant cleaning. Luckily, before this craziness happened, I got to get some proper gloves. So
Hmm.
now, I'm now and about. I have my gloves on for driving or doing random tasks, and I gotten pretty used to it.
Yeah, for me, they before the whole thing and now what we were planning to do is that it's already been confirmed on this week's schedule how done. Pretty much they cut down the hours tremendously. Uh, Once when I go back to work, I'll have 6 hour shifts instead of the 12-hour shifts. So technically for this week, I might make either 24 or 18 hours. But really, the now I'm gonna be working from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Then go back home.
At 1 a.m. in the morning. Has your boss given you like a little paper, pretty much saying that you're an essential business if any time the police
No,
stop you?
no.
Oh, might want to get.
Well, by the way, that reminds me.
Hmm.
Do they actually stop you? for now.
So far it hasn't happened to me, and I've literally gotten a letter signed by the CEO of the job I work at saying like this I have permission to work essentially. I am an essential worker.
That's weird. But I don't think they would even uh, do that. I don't think people would just be like, I feel like pulling this guy over. Unless if it's something like you literally staying at the park and just sitting there.
Yeah, and what I understand, and if they do catch you, they'll just tell you to go home unless you're doing it intently.
Yeah.
But with all that said, this is the Hack Jack Show. God dang it! This is an essential live stream, and because of that, we need to bring some good entertainment for tonight. And guess what, Jack? I got
What?
me some topics that I actually want to share with you about because you probably saw a little bit of it, but I want to give you some insight. I found some
Hmm.
good cringe, some really good cringe,
All right.
and and as well. I've been wanting to do this because it just looks fun and it's simple to do. I also want to for us to make our very own tier list. How does that sound?
Oh yeah, goody. Tier lists. Uh,
Hold on. Hold up. Don't worry. Ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be a serious one. This is just a gimmicky one. I wanted to do it. I picked one that is very malleable and how it could be used. So
hmm
we'll say that say that for the end. But for now, as I was saying, well actually before actually do reintroductions. Of course, I am Hack. You're forgetful and genuinely beautiful,
And I am the self-deprecating co-host Jack.
and we are the Hack Jack Show. And right now, I'm gonna go on to the big topic I want to talk about as it relates to comics.
Hmm
Now, this event happened last week, and we didn't have a show last week because especially with what you were going through, and with the whole unknown element of the pandemic, or was like, let's be on the safe side, no show.
Yep.
So, but now that some time has passed, and Jack has been tested and properly healed. I can now tell you, Jack, that you, my friend,
hmm
and your and all your lifetime, you're officially, even with what happened to you, you're officially more healthy than the entire comic book industry.
Yes.
Yep. And yes, that goes with everything else that goes on with you. At least you're living and breathing. So just want so as I was saying for my code open, Diamond Distributor has shut down. And for those who don't know, Diamond Distributor, they are in essence the not only the biggest but essentially the only method of distribution of comics to comic book stores all over the country and outside. Marvel, DC, and everyone below them use their services to deliver the comics, and they are shut down since last week until further notice.
Oh damn.
Yep. And I made a video about it last week when I heard the news initially because if I was already in the opinion that the comic industry was dying, this just increased it tenfold. So what is going to happen? This is what happens. It's gonna happen. So with Distributor shut down for the unforeseeable future, A lot of the local comic shops obviously are not going to get new comics. The 2 weeks prior was their last week of new comics,
Hmm.
and with a lot of major cities going doing their whole lockdown, and since comic book shops are not essential businesses, you have a lot of those shops going to be closing down for the foreseeable future. And some have resorted to doing their business online, like the one I go to.
Hmm.
However, but because of this and because of the already unhealthy industry that it is, this single action can already put a lot of comic shops all over the country in extreme risk, especially since a comic shops any major money they get, I can tell you for sure, is not really from comics. B,
Hmm.
the gritty practices, especially of Marvel, have hindered the way business is done in the industry. And lastly, because we're already a niche market, so now this small market is now getting even smaller, putting a lot of local businesses, essentially putting them out of shop.
Hmm.
This single action is going to be causing these chain events in the next few months, and then coming back is going to be way too late. And at this point, there's even plans that DC, they were somewhat smart in that they're already trying to look for different ways to deliver their comics. Now, it has also been said that they're, at least with Marvel and DC, they're also not going to try to release their comics digitally, their newest ones, which, it's a fine option, but as someone who has used both physical and digital, guess which I prefer?
Digital, of course.
Yep, yeah, yes, digital. Because nothing says a great service when you're trying to read a comic on the computer and the freaking PNG is not loading up. I'm
It's the
serious.
best.
Something about Comixology's website, in which when I actually try to use it to read comics, for the first few pages it loads up perfectly, and then by page 5 it has trouble loading up, but then it loads up the pages after.
It's them butt cheeks. I mean, they draw them. It takes up a lot of gigabytes per cheek.
Shoot, that's shoot. You think people are drawing ah? You think Marvin Dees are drawing drawing really beautiful men and women in their comics? Sometimes they do, but from the last podcast, you can tell that that's not all the time. So with DC Comics now, they have a plan to, as I said, distribute through other methods, looking for other distributors, and they actually might be a smart idea by branching out to different stores where their comics can be shown, and not their trade, such as their trade paperbacks, which is the
Mhm.
collections of comics, and the actual single issues. So hopefully, through that is be incentive for comics to be sold outside of comic shops, because that was one thing I never understood why they did, why they why they stopped doing something that was very successful for them for like since the beginning of comics as a medium. Any case, now with Marvel, um, I think they're pretty quiet on the subject. They haven't announced what they're gonna do besides being like, we're gonna sell it digitally, and
Mhm.
as well we're probably gonna be laying off about. Oh, that's right. In Marvel, they actually pretty much told their employees like, hey guys, you're gonna be out of the job for a few weeks, so
Oh dang.
oh, yeah. So there was a whole hashtag on Twitter too. It's called Pencils Down, and a whole bunch of artists and writers. They're out of the job right now. Not the good ones though, just everyone else. And lastly, Diamond Comics themselves, they've also announced that they'll be holding payments to vendors. Basically mean that the money that they need to pay to the comic companies so that they get the revenue,
Hmm.
they're holding off.
Uh-huh.
So now the comic companies are not getting the money for the comics they sold before the crisis, and so until Diamonds thinks they're ready to come back full force, and so because of that, the comic companies essentially for good has lost a lot of money
Hmm.
from this decision. So now So now the smaller ones they're going to entire shutdown mode until things are better, or as I said, they're finding trying to distribute comics through other methods. So yeah, so that's what has happened in the world of comics lately. And because of
Well,
that, guess what, Jack? There's gonna be
what?
no new comics to review, so that's what I'm gonna be making. That's why I've been working on a new video.
Wow.
Yep. Imagine this happened with games.
Well, speaking of which, let's go into something of a related topic that I think you and I wanted to really roast on.
Okay, is a game? I'm assuming it's game related.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, before you tell me about it, I have no idea what's been going on with the gaming world. I've been so involved with comics these
Well,
past 2 weeks.
well,
So,
first of all, this is somewhat related to games, but more into the business. It's GameStop. I'm pretty sure you heard of them.
okay, no, I'm familiar with that dumpster fire. Oh
So
boy.
3 days ago, this was on Forbes and other outlets. It says here, headline for Forbes: GameStop is telling employees to wrap their hands in plastic bags and keep working.
Not even gloves, plastic bags.
Like, first of all, why are they? How come? How come a company could just call themselves essential? Like, GameStop is not essential. You're a dying company. People are all downloading their games now.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it's for the best.
You're exactly right, and as proof, on the first week of our city's little lockdown, guess what I did?
What?
I bought the original Doom for $10.
Dude, I got Doom Eternal. I'm pretty sure you've seen
Mm-hmm. I
the
have.
videos. I got my first like, by the way. That's like amazing to me.
Awesome.
But it's a wild ride.
And it wasn't there a case, going back to GameStop, some New England state, I believe, I forget which one, in which, like, authorities had to forcibly close a GameStop.
Oh yeah, yeah. So a bunch of them are closing down by force because of just a public outcry. Let's see, right here it says this was from CNN. From March 20th. GameStop is closing all stores after outcry from employees, and of course, most likely from customers too. Let's see, but yeah, it's getting crazy. I'm pretty sure some GameStop stores are not closing down just because it's a franchise and franchises will do what they want, but it's just annoying. They should have really just said no, they're not essential businesses because no one's gonna go into a game.
No, 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 no. Even when there was a brief period of time where I was at least somewhat interested in going to GameStop, solely for the fact that they had that every GameStop I've been to had a pretty nice collection of DS games, like a lot of Final Fantasy re-releases, the Castlevania games, the Ace Attorney games. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
get and and all of them were used, but yet all these great games they were always selling it at like $30. I'm like, come on, these are like over 15-year-old games. They can put the price down a bit. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
eventually,
yeah.
and eventually, I was so discouraged that I was able to get these games through other methods,
So the
legal
good news
methods,
about
legal
the
methods.
good news about this though, when it comes to games, a lot of companies and a lot of yeah, just pretty much a lot of companies. They are either giving away the games for free or giving a good long trial period. So Ubisoft right now, forgot what the games were.
Wasn't it
I
Rayman Legends?
Yeah, they have right now Rayman Legends for free.
And
Uh,
they're milking that game for all it's worth.
I know, I know they have. I know Steam has been doing a lot of sales. Uh, what was that one place that I never used? I think it was like GC something like that. Some website that's kind of like Steam. They're also giving away games for free. But a lot of these games are going out either on sale or free, and it's really great to hear because I mean, first of all, it's improving a lot. It's encouraging this whole thing of staying inside. Plus, the who doesn't want free games?
Mm-hmm. You know who doesn't want free games?
Who?
No one. I was gonna say communists, but even communists would want free games.
Yep.
But
Just ask our friend.
and you know you just reminded me. Remember, I don't know, it was a year or two ago when the World Health Organization declared video game addiction a real thing, or like
Yeah.
at least video games being so,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you being addicted to video games is like an actual medical problem,
yeah.
and
And,
now they're encouraging people.
and now they're encouraged as another activity you can do indoors, play video games. I'm like, all right, okay, okay, you Chinese bootlickers.
I mean, it. I'm not gonna lie. Video games can be addictive
I know, just ask
because
anyone who's ever played an MMO.
yeah, for real. Because like, I mean, really, it's going down to the chemical science. You win
Mm-hmm.
a game, you feel a rush of dopamine. You want to go again, get on a winning streak. You're going play. You then end up playing for hours, and you don't leave your that spot. You're just making a literal indentation on the sofa or chair with your butt cheeks.
Which way up, which describes you playing the clicker game perfectly.
No, that one I forget about it for a year sometimes, and then I go back into it.
Sure, sure, sure.
Which you
That's
just reminded me. Let's see what happens right now.
a good word. Well, it's a simple game. You're just clicking. So,
No, I'm not even clicking anymore.
oh, he's risen above clicking. He's now clacking.
No, no. There's literally nothing to do because clicking would just make it worse for me. I have a weirdly enough. I'm gonna say this. I have a different build in the sense of like my build is purely on being idle. Other people have like not progressive, active builds where it's like you have to click. But I am more of a passive build where it's just you have to be idle to get good amount of clicks there, the auto clicks. So yeah, I literally don't do anything with it.
Interactive gameplay. 1 billion downloads.
No, I don't even have to get on the website.
You don't even have to play the game to win.
I don't have to be on the website at all.
That's all I'm getting. It's a
As
great.
soon as I
It's such a great game. I don't even have to play it. That's how good it is.
like as soon as I get back, oh, I just got 5 quadrillion more cookies.
Oh my gosh. Has there anything else happened in gaming? Since I was so like, pretty much just wallowing in sadness over comics.
Yeah, there was. Right now, I'm just kind of my mind went into cookies for a second.
Someone hungry.
I am actually. I'm getting hungry in weird, very weird times right now. But
Must be all that reefer you must be using. Hmm?
I just been playing on the Oculus Quest a bit, and I've been that's my workout.
Oh,
I go on to the hardest difficulty songs on Beat Saber and just have at it.
and cha cha cha. And of course, all the hard songs are EDM songs.
mean, that's the only thing that Beat Saber does have, anyways.
That's
The
true.
all the custom songs, they're from. I found out that it's like from a third party thing.
You telling
At
me
least
you can't dance to the rhythm to Despacito too?
no,
Oh no.
but I am currently waiting again because I first I was waiting for 2 weeks to get myself a Oculus Link cable. First of all, it's not even the original one. It's a third party link cable because Oculus has a very bad problem of not stocking their inventory. Oculus Link gone. Oculus Rift S out of stock. Oculus Quest is the only one that's available right now.
They must have gotten their business practice from Nintendo.
But they've been like that before the whole uh pandemic that's been happening.
Yeah, it's just like with when the beginning of the Switch. Remember how no one was able to get it for a good period of time.
Yep.
So
But
so what
yeah,
does this cable do?
so the cable links up to your computer and it runs on the power of your computer while also it's gonna help me access certain programs to where I can pretty much change up my Oculus Quest in a way to how I prefer it. So I
Ah.
got the cable, but the problem is I'm gonna go nerdy here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't read properly. I thought it said USB to USB C cable, but no, it's USB C and USB C, meaning both ends of the cable are USB C. Those ports are like the little Samsung or
Yeah.
the little iPhone ports.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know those ports. So it's
So
okay.
I had to when I got it, I was like so happy I was gonna get ready to link up my thing until I saw both of them were USB C. Went ahead, had to try to find a USB C to USB or no, yeah, to USB adapter, specifically at 3.1 because those are faster and they can give like they'll be able to download and transfer data faster. It's all in all faster and it has to match the 3.1 on that one too to make it even compatible. And in a sense of like it won't slow down. And well, it took me a while, but now the problem is I have to wait 2 more weeks, 2.5 technically, for that little piece that I need, just so I could be able to play the Oculus Link. So dang annoying.
The price. That is the price you must pay for the world of VR. Late
Yep,
shipping.
yep.
Well, in my neck of the woods, I'm pretty much been editing these past few days, just editing my Spider-Man video. Which and I realized I didn't edit. You know what I realized?
What?
I I did a major mess up that I can't. It's too late to fix.
How so?
Oh my gosh! Essentially, in my summary segment of the video, I I I pretty much said the wrong an entire relevant plot detail.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot how it actually went,
Oh,
and so the way I said in the video, that's not how it actually happened in the episode.
okay.
So I'm gonna have to make a little little pin comment. Hey, for everyone asks, yes, I'm aware of the mistake.
It's a big oopsies on your part.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna be like a pure Spider fan, because any random seeder are like, you messed up on the plot synopsis. Spider-Man did not know about this information until halfway into the episode, 13 minutes in.
Were you trying to change your voice there because it sounds the same?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. No, what? Well, if you want to see something really cringy, then I got something then I got something to show you. It's a good transition. So, so Jack, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
You like Batman, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you like Batman. You like the Joker.
Yeah,
You like the lovely Catwoman.
definitely. Mm.
Now, what if? Now, hear me out. Now, what if they were in high school? And we all love this last part. Ready?
Mhm.
Love triangle.
Ew.
What I'm describing is a brand new YA graphic novel from DC Comics entitled Gotham High.
Why
And
did you
as
always have to add in the high there?
because high school. And as
Exactly.
Entertainment Weekly puts it, Batman meets Gossip Girl. And so let me just show you some things that a little artist interpretations of these characters for this new story. You ready?
All right,
So in
show me.
this new Batman original Do Not Steal Batman story,
No
Bruce
one wants to steal
Wayne
that.
is now half Chinese
Why?
because that's your reason. Of course, you know, if you see on the screen, you see the Joker is this hot young stud.
Sorry, I went through the wrong place. Uh, okay, that means I have to go to my phone.
And lastly, Selena Kyle is now a spicy Latina.
I mean, that I don't want to argue because Latinos are spicy.
She's a gato dama.
Those, I'm okay with the Catwoman Latina just because preference.
I don't like her. Personally, I don't like her design. I like the short hair thing, but whatever. Okay, so they change a few aesthetics of this characters. What else is different? Oh, and if I can find the image here, where is he? Where is he? Oh yeah. And as well in the story, everyone's been making fun of. Let's see if I can find. Let's see. Nope, nope. Where is he? Come, there he is. And also in the story, they changed Alfred. You want to know how they change him?
He's black now.
Close but
Ah,
no cigar.
dang.
So Alfred, instead of being Bruce's butler, he's now Bruce's uncle, who is a rich man from Hong Kong who's gay.
That no, that's no because like where's the there? No.
And one and actually there is one character who's actually been transformed to a black person. So I can find it here. I find him. It's they also change Dick Grayson to be black, and he's also in the same like high school as Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that's just weird.
So
He needs to at least be a freshman.
yeah, I don't know what the year thing. I don't know what's the year thing it is, but that's the most Asian looking Bruce Wayne I've ever seen. But essentially, all these changes, and I only mention this because aside from that, I cannot honestly tell you what the actual story is. I read this entire article, and all they mention is how much they changed the characters to essentially be like the Arthur, be to fit the Arthur's worldview, who's also
Okay.
half Asian, and that they're going to and that let's see where can I find it. Oh, here he goes. the author, she says, I wanted to write about a young Bruce Wayne, so obviously there's gonna be a love story. The Joker's pretty hot, so he's got to be in there. That's where I started. I wanted to write something about how he dealt with his wealth because I've always written stories about how things that people think are so great actually don't turn out to be so great. Like seeing. So I wanted to show how it's not actually that great to be rich. It's actually a barrier between Bruce and everyone around him. It's almost a burden to be so different. Is he able to have friends? Can he have a relationship? And then I went from there. Now, tell me, does this sound any remotely like a Batman story?
South Park did it better.
And of course, the love triangle is essentially around Selena, but choosing between Bruce and Jack. You know, Jack Napier, the Joker.
Yeah, Bruce and me.
Not you.
Wow.
You don't have the pony nose.
Yeah, I'm not Jewish.
It's hold on. I just realized. Is the Joker Jewish?
No.
In any
A
case.
Jewish anarchist that fights Nazis, which makes sense why he's might be a villain, but I am an American villain.
Oh yeah, I know what you're referring to. I love that stupid crossover. So yeah, all big long thing. They even preview like the first like 20 pages of this graphic novel,
Hmm.
and no hint of what does Batman have to do with anything. No hint of maybe it's gonna be he's gonna be doing crime fighting at a young age, anything like that. It's gonna be more about the drama, you know,
Like
that high
like
school
here's
drama.
here's the thing. I don't. Okay, for me, this is gonna sound weird at first, but then you're gonna probably say, okay, that's fine. I don't care if Batman had a change of race because if it's done right, it's gonna be amazing. Because like of how because what like do you remember the little cartoon shorts where they have with Batman?
Cartoon shorts. There's a
Let me
lot.
see.
There's lots of them. Are you talking about?
No, there though like uh there was some where like he literally was Chinese.
Oh, you're talking about the Batman Hong Kong?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember. I think I saw the. I think I saw that very recently. And then yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. In that
Batman
case,
of Shanghai.
oh yeah, right. That's the one.
And then there is the Batman Ninja.
Which I still think kind of looks stupid.
Yeah,
But
but like at least.
I get your point. But I do get your point. And on top of that, did you also know that when Stan Lee, when DC offered them to write their characters, uh,
Hmm.
when he wrote Batman, he made Batman a black man.
Cool.
Yeah. Although he went a totally different direction with the character though, like extremely different. So yeah. So I get what you're saying, but to finish your thought.
Uh, but yeah, like the thing is, then they're trying to shoehorn in things that are completely different for the character itself, to where it just doesn't make sense why after that he would be even called Batman. Like, okay, first of all, I still don't know anything about the story. You've read 20 pages. Um, is his parents still dead?
Yes, his he still has the same backstory. Just his it's just the ethnicity of his mother has changed. She's a Chinese one.
And so he's still rich then, right?
Yes.
Does he have a butler or
No,
like a maid?
not as far as we know. And Alfred is more like his legal guardian.
Because like it's not the whole thing about the butler just being it's not having to be a butler. It's just like the sense that it made sense with Batman because that was because specifically Alfred, he even though he was hired by the Waynes. He really cared for them to the point where he was willing to still stay with a child as his employer and, in a way, be the second father figure that Batman had when he was growing up.
Yep, and even briefly in this book, it's mentioned that this Alfred only came back to Bruce's life when he turned 18 and was kicked out of his prep school.
See, and that's the thing that it goes completely against everything that is Batman. It
Yeah,
changes up all the characters.
yeah, this is Batman in name only. And what I'm trying to understand is number one, it's supposed to be a YA graphic novel, young adult. So people our age, I think, yeah. And ask anyone our age, man or woman, if they say, "Hey, you want to read something about Batman?" What's the expectation?
Crime fighter that's bit OP somehow.
When
Bat
writ
suit.
when written, well, yes, you're expecting a crime story, vigilante action, crazy villains. You're expecting the superheroics, a tragic story, all that stuff. And just from this book, you know, put the setting high school fine, but keep the Batman elements intact and still be at the focus. As I said, I read through the whole thing. There's no mention of there's some there's some mystery in the school. There's no mention of that Bruce Wayne has been secretly studying martial arts because he wants to avenge the death of his parents or something like that. Relevant details to get the reader interested and to gain this book. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nope. It's literally all just focused on highlighting relationships and how the characters are physically different.
This would have made more sense with the Teen Titans, to be honest.
Yeah, why didn't they use the Teen Titans? Oh, I know why. It's not as marketable.
Because like it really makes more sense with the Teen Titans. Like way more. And I wouldn't have been as annoyed with this.
Or Young Justice. I know there's definitely a big following for Young Justice,
Yeah. College. Young Justice is more like college, I feel like.
which would be appropriate for YA.
Yep.
But no, we gotta get Chinese Bruso Wenu.
But it's so way, dude.
I know that's more of a Japanese thing, but you get the joke.
Bruce Wayne. Very nice.
Very nice, Afro-chan. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was the cringe I wanted to share with you. And with all that, it's about time, my friend. It's about time that I show you the tier list. So this one you're gonna have to actually look on the screen so you and I could see.
Alright.
What I did is I found a tier list of almost all the Street Fighter characters. I say almost because it's missing some characters of Street Fighter One that don't matter, and and one of the newer additions of Street Fighter Five being Lucia. Is that her name? Yeah, Lucia, the cop girl, and Gil. Aside from that, it has everyone that has appeared.
Alright.
And what I would love to do, let me get it back on screen. And I would love to do is we'll make our tier list and want it to be essentially we'll keep it as who is the de facto cool, coolest Street Fighter character ever.
Danny Beaky. Goes into Danny Beaky. That's his tier. Danny Beaky.
All right. You know what then? Then hold up. Give me a second. There we go. What's the name? There we go. And
Put him above S.
put him up.
It still doesn't apply to any sort of rank. It's just Danabiki.
Yes. There we go. There's our first tier. Danny Pinky gets his own tier, which, by the way, the placement does not imply he's above S tier. He is beyond tiers. That's how good he. That's how cool he is. Beyond tiers. All right. So now, so here's a few things to think about when we think about cool. Obviously, design, move
Mhm,
sets, their own theme music, um, their own stories if you can remember them.
mhm.
Everything that encompasses the character. You know, they could totally look cool, but their movesets could suck. And and so that's the whole thing we'll be thinking about. We're doing this fun tier list that hope no one gets mad about. I doubt it.
You'll be surprised.
All right then. So then, ready to get started?
I'm ready, Freddy.
All right. So first one, Guile.
All right,
I am
let's put.
t- I am tempted to go just straight to S for the Guile.
I am more like B with him.
B is Guile.
Yeah, he's cool and all, but his move set is very boring. If you again, you said we had to go by both.
That's true. That's true. It has to be the cool factor. Has to be like the essence of the if it's a male character. No, scratch that. Not no, I don't go with that. Since yeah, it has to be the character that you want to be because they're cool. So you're telling me that even with the Sonic Kaboom and Flash Kick, you wouldn't want that because he also
No.
has a crazy good amount of tools. He has a good is pretty
Yes, he has
basic, but
sunglasses.
there you go. Styling on your enemies. How many of these other characters can style on their enemies?
Dudley is way better.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. You know what? All right. I can go with that. He's right in the middle, right there. You
Like
beat
if it
tier.
was by himself, if he did not mention the movesets, he would have been higher on the list for me.
I see.
But if you meant since you mentioned move list, what do you? I mean, of course the pros will use those two moves to the max, but still, it's a very boring
Well,
fighter.
I go into more on the fact that he's very versed. That he has solid game flow both defensively and offensively
Hmm.
in all the street fighters. You know, he has anti-air grabs. His attacks, Asibo ZR, are extremely effective in pressure and in and and effect. If they're effective for pressure, a lot of his what are those called? Those command attacks. He has tons of those. So you always gotta be careful what type of attack your opponent will come out. So
Hmm.
is so as basic as it looks is extremely versatile. And so that would be a cool thing to have where yeah, you got some solid fundamentals, but I got so many tool sets that I can pressure you even though I'm a charge character.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, charge characters doesn't technically mean boring because there's a lot of charge characters that are very fun. I mean, look at DJ for example. He's pretty fun to use, and and Blanca is of course constantly used by everyone.
Well, I got some thoughts on Blanca, but we'll wait till we get to him.
But
All
yeah.
right, but I'm okay with putting him in B tier. He's fine. Chun Li on looks alone, at least an A. Come on,
Oh yeah, definitely.
for the first fighting for women of fighting games, at least an A. Now, granted, only if her Kikoken is not a charge move. I never liked that. I liked it as a at the very least a half circle move.
I mean, it depends on the game, but at the same time, I kind of like it depending how well you can use it. because if you have someone that you really want to fake out on either doing a quick one or doing a slower one but a little bit more powerful, or just want to hold out on that Kikoken before someone tries to charge at you, it's very good.
That's true. That is true. And especially in Street Fighter Five, it was very fun. At least early on, like in season 1 and 2, it was very fun to use her and to use her when they changed her lightning kicks to be a command move. I actually found that much better use of that tool than when it just like repeatedly pressing the button. And even when
Hmm.
they patched it in where you can do that for SF5, I never relied on it. So I like the Hadouken moveset for her lightning kicks.
Yeah,
And also to consider this, she's a character who has an official alternate costume, and she looks great in both.
I mean, I'm fine with A tier. I mean, we can keep on going because we have a lot.
All right, Zangief or Zangief, as they like to pronounce it. Zangief. Is he? Do I find him cooler than Guile? Yes. Do I find him cooler than Chun Li? No. If I had to think about it, no, no. But he's still cool. I would say put him eight. I say put him A tier.
A A point B.
All right then. Hold on. I got an idea. Add row above. Label name. This is B.5. B.5. There you go.
B.5.
Oh wait, hold on. Oops. No. There we go. B.5. That's where we put. That's where we put Zangief. Now I'm making. Now this is a joke. Do you want to take it up? Just actually put him like in B or A, or you want to keep it to B
No,
point
B.
five?
No, I'm keeping B.5. What
B
you
point
talking about?
five. Okay, what are some things about him that doesn't make him above a B.6?
Okay, so I mean, if you really want to add B.6, I
No,
mean,
no, no. Just keep it to the point five. That's as far as I'll go.
all right. So I like him at all. I like his whole. Look, I like pretty much everything about him. The aesthetic of him, his move sets. But at the same time, I hate his move sets because my main character has a lot of troubles fighting him.
Ah, I see. I see how it is.
But I wouldn't put it past going to the gym and then like from there have because that's what I used to do. I used to put on his theme music, I mean not Guile, Zangief's theme music on, and start blasting away trying to pump iron.
Trying to be the Iron Muscle. You know, I don't blame you. He has a pretty cool theme song, and the fact that on Street Fighter 4 ending, he wrestles with bears in the code with just his boots and his trunks.
Yep.
That wasn't. It's sad to say because he's a Russian, but he's a lot cooler than Gago in that respect. Gago can barely keep a marriage together.
Oof.
All right,
He can
next.
barely keep his friend together.
I see what you did there. Next one, Dawson.
D for Dulcim.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Number one, he is, especially in SF5 and SF4, he is annoying to fight. My God, he is annoying to fight, especially in the hands of a pro. Just forget it. Just forget trying to do anything.
Yep.
And his story is, I need to help my village. That's pretty much it.
Now totally S tier. Automatic.
Oh no, oh no, we'll
No,
get
no, no, automatic.
automatic.
If he could KO you at third strike with the freaking rose, I think it's automatic.
You know what? And his whole story is that Gil stole his car and he wants to get it back. You know what? You're right. Dudley is S tier. Just for that. Just for that. You stole my car. Corkscrew. All right. Ooh, boxer. Balrog. Balrog. I'll also put him in D tier. He's just angry boxing guy.
Angry, dirty boxer guy.
Yeah, with like the worst second ultra in Street Fighter 4.
He has so many bad ultras. I mean, like his first one's good, but the second one is just
You want to make a
disgusting.
new tier for Balrog because it feels wrong because at least Dawson, there's at least he's fundamentally cool and good natured. But
Then
Balrog,
bring him to C tier. Bring him to C tier.
yeah, okay, that's fine. There we go. Yeah, Balrog, he's fun to play, but it really comes down to all right, charge up the punches. Yep, jab jab punch. So yeah, his gameplay is fine. You know you're a great character when the biggest thing added to you was that you can dodge. Any case, Vega, design
Hmm.
wise, I think he's at least a B.
Yeah.
Spanish ninja, cool, and as well. I'll also see if you want to count this. He does have the best animated fight scene in history with the Street Fighter 2 anime. Which
Yeah.
so there's
Plus,
he has that going for him.
hmm,
Now and but is he cooler than Guile? No. It's a cool theme song though.
I don't know. To me, he's pretty cool. I like him. Specifically, just I mean, the yeah, he is annoying to like with the way he flies around and everything. But it's always fun playing as him, especially if you can get those combos right. They are devastating and they look amazing.
You're not
I
wrong.
mean, to me, I would rather be Vega than Guile, even if it meant to be a villain.
I can see that, but I say Guile beats him by 1 point by the fact that he had the better theme song.
If we're going by theme songs, I guess so.
All right, next one, and Bison. And Bison, you know what? I think I say a B point. He's a B.5 under Zangief. I think he's a good solid antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, a lot better than
Than Seth.
yeah. Become a part of me.
Yeah, and as well, I do like it that in the SF5 story, the way he was written, he was written he was written so much that he was reveling in all his evilness that when he was on screen, I couldn't help but just grin, just how like just how much he loved being evil for the sake of being evil with the whole psycho power, and the fact that and the fact he does and out of all the antagonists, aside from Gil, he's he actually has a pretty solid design with the whole dictator thing going on. So
Mhm.
I also have that a point for him. He's very sharp. You can't deny he's a very sharp looking man.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. T Hawk. I'll put him. I'll put him below Balrog. I do not like T Hawk.
I don't like him too. I was even thinking of putting him into an F tier.
Evan, let's do it. Add him so below. This one, F tier. This is where T Hawk goes,
All the T-Hawk mains
and
type angrily.
only because in Street Fighter, when he's controlled by AI, he's the most annoying person to deal with. Both
Second most, but still.
in both Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4. Is that in fact, if I now really think about it, the AI controls him the exact same way.
Tomahawk, Tomahawk.
And then the grab, Mexican Typhoon. Oh my gosh! Especially if you're Ryu, trying to fight him is like forget it. I I kid you not. In Street Fighter 2, I had more trouble fighting T-Hawk than M Bison.
Huh.
Oh man. So yeah, he's going to F tier for me just for the frustration he gives me. All right, next one, Fei Long. Um, he's just Street Fighter Bruce Lee.
I'll put him on the C.
Is he cooler than Dawson? Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
still Bruce Lee essentially. So
yeah.
there you go. He's above. He's at least above Dawson. But yeah, that's really all he had. He has a creative moveset with the Rekkas, but aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving on. Dudley. Okay, now.
Dudley's already there. You mean
I mean,
DJ?
DJ.
Wow.
Hey, hold on, hold
Want
on.
to say something there? Want to say something to save yourself there?
Catcom's designs are racist.
Or you are.
Actually, no, actually, no. I'm genuine. Is Dudley just really tanned or is he black? I can never find a straight answer. This is like sincere question. I always figured he was black. Then I saw other info that say he was just really tan. I'm like, so which one is it?
Let's find out.
All right, go. Let me know, Jack. And let me know before I put DJ in a good place. I'm add some color here.
Oh, he's gonna be A tier for me, by the way.
Of course he is.
Hey, seriously, he's a DJ and he fights and he loves to fight. I think he's that's a good enough. Plus his moves to me, I like him. It's
I
always fun doing his moves.
I never cared for the guy. Besides that, he just looks funny sometimes with his like permanent smile.
That's the funny thing, especially when you get
Uh,
attacked by Hakan's weird roller coaster slime oil thing.
okay, you want to put him in a B? Would you find with B? With fine with we compromise on B.5? I'll put him above at least M Bison.
Fine.
Okay, we come to a compromise. All right, Mr. Main Man himself, Ryu.
Let's see. It says here. It seems Dudley was based off Chris Eubanks, who was a Jamaican British boxer. Dudley is indeed
Oh,
black.
okay, okay. I see now.
So see, it took. I mean, to some people it's obvious, but to us, I have a very strong feeling that he was black. But what if it was that one case that I was wrong and it just sounded bad?
That is true, and on certain like, especially his third strike sprite is like it's hard to tell. As it's just saying, but now the we it's resolved. Now, Ryu, Ryu, missed our protagonist, our game mascot.
Hey,
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, A, above or below Chun Li.
I would say above.
I mean, yeah, this is
He's a
Ryu.
mascot,
Ryu.
but he's still not as cool as Dudley.
That is that is true, especially in movesets. But Ryu he's very tried and true.
He's very try hard. That's what he is.
I mean, you're not wrong in certain aspects. I mean, character
The answer
wise,
lies in the fight of the battle.
there lies in the heart of battle. Oh, like you
Let's
try
talk
to.
with our fists.
That's true. Our winner is Where'd he go? And admittedly, the only time he gets any sort of drama is when he has to deal with his dark side, or with Akuma, or with Ken. He does have the best bro relationship with Ken. That's besides all that stuff. Is like I just like karate.
I miss Third Strike's little mini animations depending on who you play, especially with Of course, with Ryu and Ken, it's always they coming closer to fist bump.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, next one. Cammy. I say she's. I give her an A. I'll say she's below Chun Li. Find her pretty cool.
I don't know. I like her more than Chun Li.
Hmm. Hmm. I do
I,
like
I,
do like her.
I
I
do
do
like
like her
the
moveset.
whole arc they had with the clone and everything with her.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind that too. I do find it weird that they essentially retcon of that weird relationship she had with M Bison in Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
And I do actually like in the comics where they put more backstory into the group she's a part of, the Delta Squad. And so I like that. So she has enough as a character that her own stories are interesting to know about. And and now I really think it, and of course, I mean, it's Lady Unitard and Beret. I don't know what it is, or something about that design. It, okay, I
Oh,
guess.
and the taunt. You know they were really fan servicing for that.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, because she always has to look. Her body has to be away from the camera, right? At all times. But I don't know. I like the simplicity and the effectiveness of her design. Obviously for as much as appeal as it has, it's through just two primary colors and a few details. It says a lot about her, and I like that it's a pretty functional piece of attire in in a
Mm,
fight. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, do I like her more than Chun Li though? No, you do.
I mean, the only one that could beat her cake is Danny Beaky's cake
That is true.
because his cake is massive.
You know what? I'll give Cammy some love because at very least, Chun Li's a mascot character, so she's already gets a lot of love. Let's give Cammy some even more love. All right, Akuma, Akuma, Goki.
Mm. Just because of that name, B.5.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the English name is much better. I have to. I'm sorry, Japan. You see, you make this cool looking guy, which would have been at least A or S tier status, and what do you call him? Goki.
Goki.
But yeah, so you know what? Yeah, B.5. Is he? I'll put on Bison because Akuma, he's only really interesting when it comes to Goken or Ryu. Take those away, and all he is just, I just need more power. We'll
Yeah, that
fight.
is true.
Violence. At least in Bison has fun with his evilness. Akuma, he's like, he's the rival. Well, he's like the evil rival of an anime character of an anime show. Cool design and very versatile in movesets, but that's it.
Oh, by the way, left to right, is that the order of better to worse?
Yeah,
Okay. We just need to clarify that so I understand. And for the people to understand.
for the people. All right, evil. Should we even count evil
C.
Ryu?
C.
C as in yes or the letter?
Both.
Yeah, he's. I'll put him below Dawson. I'm sure he's cool, has cool sets, but he's literally just Ryu that can do the Shungoku Satsu. That's it. He's Ryu with some of Akuma's moves. That's awesome. Violent Ken. What about Violent Ken?
I'll actually put him to B just because it was left field for me when I heard about Violent Ken. And like I don't know, that's my only reasoning. That it was left field or at least put him above Dalsum if you are really not wanting him to be the B list.
Yeah, yeah. I'll put him above Dawson because at least Violent Ken, number one, has it's a more funnier and honestly kind of cooler name than Evil Ryu. It's a Ken that's violent, so okay. And as well, and as well for it just adds something more to Ken, because Ken, he's already kind of a bro attitude, so they kind of add that new layer to him. It helps. Now, Charlie. Now, how about Charlie, also known as Nash? I say he's cooler than Guile.
Yeah, definitely.
Because number one, he's the
Well,
one.
actually,
Well,
I don't know. Oh, maybe before, but like the whole present thing about him kind of
uh,
makes me feel like he should be a little bit lower, just because it's a little. I always made fun of him and being a little emo about it.
oh, that's true. Yeah, he did. They did do that to him when he was. Yeah, you know what? At one point, he would have been above Guile because he was literally the guy that taught Guile everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, he goes here. He's still cool, and I like the how they essentially change up his old gameplay in Street Fighter Five. But yeah, he's just an edge lord now. And I'm not too fond of it edge lords. All right, Ken.
He's gonna be with the A tier. I mean,
That and
it,
you know
it,
what? That's true. And honestly, I could put him below. He's another mask. He's almost mascot worthy, but I'll put him below Chun Li.
below Chun Li, nah, nah, nah. I think he's better than Ryu.
I don't know how to disagree.
Screw the whole mask because I don't care. Ken is a lot better than Ryu.
All right, then you know what? Because I like playing as both of them, and if I wanted to be just super aggressive, I do pick Ken. So you know what? How about this? Are you go with this? Ken is next to Ryu.
Fine.
All right, we can concede. See, there can be peace in the world. All right. Next one, Gen.
I gotta put him in the F tier.
Um,
I mean,
I see it. I'll at least put
actually,
D.
no. You know what?
Say he's better than
I,
Balrog.
I was gonna say C and change my mind, but yeah, D. I mean, like the whole stance thing was pretty cool, but at the same time, like, I mean, that's just because I don't use him properly, but I only did a certain combo every single time, and that's about it.
Yeah, and the fact that he literally beat cancer.
And that's it.
He beat like I'm not saying like he survived. No, like he beat cancer. And you tell me how that works.
The
So he's a
crap
tough.
out of cancer.
Yeah, he's a tough old man. I actually do like the storyline that he has with Chun Li, in which I believe he was the one that taught her father. So,
Mhm.
so I do like that storyline they had in Alpha, but but he's not like a Master Roshi type. So as far as old characters goes, he's pretty bottom of the barrel for me. All right, next one, Birdie.
Oof, he's gonna go with the F tier.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? At least he's better than T. At least I find, at least like if I find a Birdie, I'll be like annoyed, but not as annoyed as a T Hawk.
Old Birdie, he looked pretty good. Then he let himself go.
Oh, he let us go way, way. I always liked his freaking story costume where he had the Shadowloo uniform, but it barely fit him. I always
Yeah,
found that, and of course his victory pose, giant donut from nowhere. So at least he has some comedic aspects to it that's better than um,
I
T-Hawk.
still want Danny Beaky in Street Fighter Five.
At this point, we just pray he gets into Street Fighter 6 at this point. Next one, Eagle. I'm gonna be honest. You know what's the only interesting I know about this guy?
What?
He's a reference to a Bruce Lee movie. Other than that, I have no opinions of him one way or the other. I'm indifferent to this guy.
I have no idea who he is.
All right then, and then hold up. We're below. We're gonna go. Okay, so below that, we're gonna.
Shadow Realm.
Yes, they're gonna go to the Shadow Realm. There we
Send
go.
him to the Shadow
Shadow
Realm.
Realm. He doesn't stand a ghost of a chance. Yeah. Besides being an obscure reference to a Bruce Lee movie, there's nothing much about Eagle. Adon.
Shadow Realm.
I agree. I agree. He's annoying. He's annoying to use and annoying to play as. His most infuriating voice, which I agree with that pro Adon player, in which he loves the way he plays, but because his voice is so annoying, he doesn't play him in tournaments. So yeah,
Jaguar kick. Jaguar kick.
yeah. And his whole story deal is just that he's jealous of Sagat. Okay,
Yeah.
Sagat. I'll say A tier.
Really, I was thinking B.5. But
I say A tier because
hmm,
I always felt that he was number one, the proper rival for Ryu, and and as well, moves and as well moveset wise, I always like the pressure he does with the high end low fireballs, and the design is like, and just from design alone, when you look at him, you're like, I don't want to mess with this guy, man. He looks so.
then let's. How about this? We put him below Chun Li.
I could work with that. All right, now Edmund Honda, E Honda.
I would say a B tier.
I actually thought lower. I thought maybe C because he's just sumo guy.
Yeah.
What's his big thing? I want to spread sumo all over the world.
Oh yeah, I forgot that that was his whole thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At least he's funner to play in Dawson, so I'll put him right there. He's funner to play in Dawson. Honda over Dawson any day. Okay, here we go. I want to. Can I put Blanca in? Can I put Blanca in the Shadow Realm?
No.
Fine. How about F? I don't. I do not like Blanca at all.
Fine, we
He's.
could put him in F.
You know what? But I do like him over Birdie. I'll do that.
All
Uh,
right, that's even better.
yeah, he's annoying. I always find annoying to fight. He has an annoying voice, which just break his solid design so bad. And I will say he does a very heartwarming story to trying to find his mama, my mama. Oh my god. So at least he has a genuine, heartfelt story, especially when you consider he got lost in the Amazon. But aside from
Mm.
that, I would rather play as these other characters than Blanca or any other. I'll play Danny Beaky before I play Blanca. Next one. Ooh, I want to put Guy in S tier. I love Guy.
Guy?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no,
A tier.
no. I'm gonna put him in a B.5 on my part.
You know what? I can consent. I consent to that. Can I want to put him over Zangief.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because like the thing is to me, I like the other games about him, but it what really gets me and makes me meme on him is the whole. It's his when you defeat him, the like the ending quotes, the
Profound
profound sad.
sadness. I always th-
Like you can't put that in an S tier, man.
I don't know. I like it for how memorable it is. I think it's a memorable quote. I say it all the
It's
time.
memorable, but that makes him silly. He might as well be like Dan Hibiki, father.
I mean, he's a ninja who wears sneakers. He's at least he's a step up from Ibuki, which we'll get to her. We'll get to her. But I like Guy from what he contributes to Final Fight, and I do like his gameplay. I do like at least in Street Fighter 4 and Alpha, his little run, his run attacks, and the fact that you freaking do a freaking power driver, you meet an opponent in the air, just bang, just and it's so satisfying when you do it.
I mean the Zumba drop.
No, it's a literal power driver. It's not an Azuma drop.
Uh,
So next one, I forgot his name for a second, but Sodam,
who?
literal weeb. This guy's a weeb. Shadow Realm,
Sodan. Wait, how do you spell that name?
Sodom, Sodom.
Uh, wait, hold on.
In the
Oh my God. Damn.
in
He
the
uses swords.
in the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter Alpha 2, he was changed to Katana. But yeah, his name is Sodom, and he's he's literally a weeb, like literally. I want to throw him into the Shadow Realm.
Nah, put him in F tier.
That's fine. That's fine. Uh,
Low F tier, but
yeah.
but
T.
he doesn't deserve the Shadow Realm. You
That's
can't do that to a weeb.
that's true. He'll be bottom of the barrel, but he won't be below the barrel.
Yeah.
All right, Rose. If you asked me years ago what I put Rose, I'll say she's at least a D, and after playing her, I would say a C. But now knowing that she's literally inspired by Lisa, I'll put her at a B.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll put her above Vegas. I like her gameplay more than Vegas. Would you agree? Or would I put it below?
Yeah. I agree on that one.
Yeah, she is. I find it weird that Fortune Teller is a archetype in fighting games. That always weirded me out.
Well, we're gonna see another one later on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Next one. Oh, look, it's your waifu for life food, Sakura over here.
Uh,
She's older now,
B tier.
she's older now, so it's not weird anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she's older. 8.5.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Um, I like her more than Dudley, but who do you like? But you can pick this one. Want her above Dudley or below Dudley?
Dudley.
DJ. God dang it! It's the D's,
Racist.
man. It's the D's.
Racist.
Their names start with, they're both black and their names start with D's. What do you want from me?
Racist.
No, you can pick.
Uh, I would say above DJ.
Yeah. I always found Sakura at least a good apprentice type character to Ryu, even though barely he didn't really teach her. She was still all the moves she has. She's just doing it from memory of how she sees Ryu.
Didn't even do it. Like did it? Dan didn't even teach her anything.
Oh, that's true. Due to the fact that she pretty much beats him at any given day. But hey, she gets free cruise rides, so like, there's that. All right, next one, Relento. Shadow
Who?
Realm. I feel nothing for this guy.
Who?
Relento. Oh, I see what you did there.
Let's see.
Besides being a
Uh,
Final Fight villain, I don't. He doesn't do anything for me.
I need to see how he looks like. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I forgot he's in like one of the newer ones too.
Yep. Yeah, for the sounds of
Uh,
it, Shadow Realm.
yeah.
But he's not worse than Adon. There we go. Relents to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, okay, next one. Armika.
I would say a B.5.
F you, she's going on S, but below
No,
Dudley.
no.
You're yeah,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't put my.
Yeah, she's been pretty nerve in recent times. So yeah, you said B
Doesn't
point
matter if
five,
she's Nerf or not.
but it's there. Well, it
I
matters
didn't
to
put
me.
my wife.
It mattered to
I didn't
me.
put my wife on the S tier.
No, it's not. Well, you put your husbando though. Kidding, yeah, I do like Armika. Admittedly, though, if you look at her overall, she was only good in one game. That's Street Fighter Five. she,
True.
she wasn't that good enough with three, and yeah, I'll say below Zangief.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's overall she's just a fun character. That's really all I think about her. She just exudes fun, and she's a cool rest grappler character. Karin, Miss Ojo Sama over here. Karin.
Let's see. She's the ice lady, right?
No, no, no. That's
Oh,
Colleen.
yeah, that's
Karin.
Colleen.
Sakura's
Karen, that's the one with the fighting the the fighting fists of fury.
I think all of them have fighting fists of fury. No, she's a Sakura's rival, the blonde one.
Yeah, yeah, the fighting fist of fury, rich girl.
Yeah, she's basically a posh Ken.
B.
Yeah, I'll put her below Vega. She has some cool movesets Street Fighter Five, and I do like how her rival with Sakura parallels Ryu and Ken down to like to their income status and their colors. I do that kind of neat. Now here's a tricky one, Jack. T-
Yeah.
tell me which one's June and which one's Julie,
Julie is
because I
the
forget which one is who for these
oh
dolls.
oh you're asking you're actually asking me.
Yeah, because I don't know which one's June and which one's Julie.
I thought you were gonna try to make me guess.
No, I'm
Okay, so my guess was right. Julie is the one, the brunette. June is the other girl.
the ginger. All right then. I have. I'd say shout around. They look cute, but I have no. Besides being dolls, I know next to nothing about them.
Nah, put it to F.
All right, that's fine. I put them F tier. F tier. You know what? At least they're cute, so there. I think I got
Oh,
that one thing going
since
for
they're
them.
cute, let's put them above D then. Like not above D, but like above the two disgusting looking men.
You know what? Fair enough. And I'm pretty sure they're pretty sure there's like clones of Cammy. So there you go. I'm fine with that. Next one, Cody.
Sorry, it's a joke. Now now the only one that's left for the inside joke is me.
I want to put
Sadly,
Cody in S tier. I love Cody.
Cody. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in this tier because he went to prison and then became mayor.
It's like it's a story. It's a story. That's a great story. I want to see that movie. The man who went to prison who became mayor. I want to see that movie.
Wonder how those elections went.
Oh, can you imagine the smear campaigns against him?
You better vote for me.
I'm gonna knock you out. Or better yet, like his political campaigns. Cody will knock out the competition. He will beat down those taxes. And then he's gonna cripple the current administration. Oh, aside from this amazing story in my at least for Street Fighter standards, um, he's also fun to play, especially in Street Fighter 4. Not too big on him SF5, but Street Fighter 4, he was so fun to play. The Rock is mighty. The Rock is mighty. Next one, Maki.
Forgot that that girl existed.
I only remember her because I like her design. Other than that, she's just female guy with tonfas.
Mm,
D tier, D tier, or
yeah.
I like her more than the doll, so I'll put at least right there. Maki gets D tier. I don't. She doesn't get Shadow Realm because at the very least, you know, F it. She's cute. There, I said it. Speaking of cute, I'm not gonna ask. She goes here.
I can't tell because it's like a 10-second lag.
It's Ingrid. I put her in Shadow Realm.
Oh.
She was literally a bonus character in the PSP version of Street Fighter Alpha 3.
What?
Yes, and her only other game appearance was in a terrible Capcom fighting game called Capcom Fighting Evolution. That's it.
Huh.
And I think she's supposed to be like this all powerful little girl. But the fact that essentially made a lolly character in my Street Fighter, she goes to the Shadow Realm.
Well, they're older now, so how lolly is she now?
No, she's one of those eternal lollies.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the Shadow Realm!
Yep.
To the Shadow Realm. Alright, next. Ooh, good one. Alex.
Alex,
Uh, I'm committed to S tier, but I mean, you could definitely put him A tier.
A tier definitely.
A tier. And you know what? I'll put him between Ryu and Ken because Capcom had enough confidence that he was legit gonna be the next protagonist of the Street Fighter series. That he was gonna be the Ryu replacement. That's how much confidence they had in him.
Oh dang.
Yep. And and of course both in all of Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 5, great grappler music is very unique and excuse me. And also he's also one big reference to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, the way he dresses. Yeah.
And his animation, the opening animation when you're fighting with Hugo, they
Mhm.
literally copied. You know how they're kind of standing next to each other,
Yeah.
staring each other down. That's literally straight out of like a WrestleMania 3 match of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Oh nice.
Yeah, so he gets top 8 here for that. Okay, is this Yang or Young? The one with the hat.
Oh god dang it, I keep forgetting.
Me too. Oh.
Young is the one with the hat.
Okay, so it's Young. Um, I honest both for Young and Yang, they never appeal to me.
Put them in the C tier.
Yeah, fine. I'll put them below Evil Ryu because they're not Shadow Realm worthy. I'm just very indifferent to them, and their gameplay style never they never interested me. And all the other just they just all the other just a bunch of students that work at a restaurant.
Yeah, but they're so fast.
I guess so. Not compared to Dudley's punches. Next one, Ibuki.
Buki. Hmm. I kind of want to put her in the A tier.
I'll put her on B, but low B, or high
Oh,
C because I don't like her voice.
that's a next step for you.
I don't like her voice, but I do enjoy her game. I do enjoy her gameplay, and for a while in Street Fighter 5, I did attempt to like really try to use her, and she was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
So I can concede to B.5, like below Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay. Next one, Oro. I can never.
F.
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 Yeah, I'm not gonna. I like him, his potential, and what he does to serve the story. He's another old fighter, but I can never use him on third strike, and he's literally a stinky old guy. But I do enjoy the fact that he purposely fights with one arm because he only gets serious when he uses two arms. I do enjoy that fact. That's pretty cool.
And he's never serious, not even in the boss fight,
That's right.
when it gives him the most trouble.
Next one, Necro. Um,
F.
I got nothing. No, you know what?
I just don't like his personality.
Does he have one?
Yeah,
Is it what
very
is it?
weird.
Isn't he like sadistic or something?
He's very weird. Like he has girls following him every single time, which I have no reason. I have no understanding why.
Oh, that little girl. That's like his like assistant or something.
I still don't know why. Like I don't care if it's an assistant or anything. Still,
Yeah,
I mean, she's willing to lay down with him once when he gets knocked out.
yeah. I don't know that. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of weird implications. I'm just gonna put F for Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm. He could be Ingrid. Can be his new assistant. Ooh, a good one. Next one, Elena.
S.
I agree. S tier. Besides being like being like the best animations of one of the best 2D sprite animation ever, and having like the best Ultra in Street Fighter 4 that they still never
And
patched.
having the best combo in Street Fighter Third Strike, which she can actually 0 to 100 you. I mean 100 to 0 you in one combo.
Yo, she's S tier, and she's cute, and to top it off, she's cute. That's the little cherry on top. And she's friends with everybody, even Akuma.
Well, yeah, which is very strange. How Akuma could tolerate someone.
Next one, Sean. D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as much as I liked him as a kid, eh,
yeah. He's below Balrog, because at least Balrog can has good. He's good to play as. Not Sean. No,
I do like the fact that you can like knock people out with a basketball.
that. Yep, yep. That. And he has a hot sister who is
That too.
strangely very, very close to him. Moving
That
on.
too.
Hugo.
Hmm.
I'll say a B, just due to this. When he does his rush attack in Street Fighter 4, the EX version, he can eat an entire Metsu Hadouken.
He's already terrifying enough as it is.
Just on the fear factor alone, he's at least a B.
Standing menacingly behind you.
what is
What?
what is he doing? He's just standing there menacingly.
Menacingly.
You know, oh, you know what? I'll put him above Vega.
All right, let's see. Mr. Loincloth himself.
Ah, yes, Urian. You know how much of a man you gotta be to just wear essentially rags around your crotch.
Hey, hey. That's a power move. He's showing what he has.
That's a yeah. You're right. That is a power move, and because of power move, B.5.
Yeah, B.5.
He ain't no A. He ain't no A because he's still kind of weird. and but he does. He just has like I do like that he's a businessman, and he's this Adonis that just walks the earth and is part of the Illuminati. Oh, he okay. Just one time I said with no personality. 12.
Shadow Realm.
Yeah. Shadow. He's nothing. He's like we don't know anything. He's nothing. 12 is nothing. But you know who's a better version of nothing?
Q.
Q. I say at least a good B tier.
Yeah, I would say B tier.
above Guile. He's a man of mystery, and he looks really good with fedora and trench coat and a mask. It's hard to pull off. Next one, the worst,
Shadow Realm.
yeah, worst replacement ever, Remy.
Shadow Realm.
Why? Why did they think he was a good replacement for Guile? I don't get
Sh-
it.
we don't need to talk anymore. Shadow Realm. Only Shadow Realm.
Here, oh, Makoto.
B.5.
Fair enough. I'll put him under Guy. I love playing her in Street Fighter 4 and 3. Sliver gameplay. And she's
I can't use her that well, but I understand that she's pretty good and very quick in the right hands.
mm-hmm. Next one, the MILF Z Viper.
Uh,
Confirmed.
high D tier.
Yeah, I remember a few weeks ago I tried her out Street Fighter 4 just to get an idea how she plays. She's all right. That's really it. You know what? No. Yeah, yeah.
So she is
You know what? Nah. I don't want. No, she's on high D.
C C
C? Yeah. You know what? Average. Put her
or or DD
D D.
double D.
Ah ha ha ah ha ah ha. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know I say to them, good sir.
What?
You know I say to that. How dare you? I mean, how dare you? Just how dare you? There. She gets the 2D.
Oh no.
There. Just so. When time I see Viper, you just can't help go to euphemisms. So I guess there she's got that going. Next one, Abel. Talking about average of the average. He's low C at the least.
He is so average. He is barely out of D. Like he's the last of C.
Yeah. And as well, the most interesting about it, besides him being a failed clone, the other interesting about him is that he likes dogs.
Yeah, that was sounds like every bad Tinder bio.
That's Abel's Tinder file. He travels a lot and he likes dogs.
Seriously, that's like every Tinder bio I see on that thing.
Well, speaking of distaste, next one, Seth.
Shadow Realm. Just because he turned into a woman. And kept the voice.
Yeah, he kept the voice.
I would have been fine if he did not keep the voice.
I thought they were gonna do a thing where he was gonna mimic Judy's voice because canonically she's the one that destroyed him. But
Mm,
no, I guess not. Next one, Gokin. Let's say he's above average. He's like a high C.
I'll say B, low B.
Yeah, yeah, he's pretty cool in the right hands, but he's old master. I do like the fact though they retconned his death by saying that he was that through the Satsui no Hado and the art of nothingness, he put himself into a coma and somehow his body didn't decay. I don't know how that works. Oh, here's a lovely one. Next one, Rufus. What can we put for this American legend for Rufus?
Below Bruce Lee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The American legend himself, Rufus. He's fun. I admit he's fun to play as. He has some pretty fun gameplay, but oh gosh, shut up, man. Just shut up. Ooh, El Fuerte.
He gets his own. I'm gonna say it. He gets his own place. This one's gonna be caliente.
All right, you know what? Let me go here. It's gonna be below Danny Beaky. Caliente. Da, 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 da. There we go. Yeah, put it red hot.
Suavemente.
Na na na. Caliente. There's an accent on the E's, right? I forget.
Yeah,
On both of them or just one of them?
one of them. It's
Middle.
at the very end.
Oh, okay, so we just. Dang it, I can't do accents on this. Oh, whatever. I spelled it right. Come on. Get up there. There we go. He gets caliente. Tosti. What was it? What was it? What was it? Something Buster? Tostito
Tos,
Buster?
tostida or tosta? No, tostida. God dang it. All I know
Tostada
is
Crush.
I only know that one.
Quesadilla
Guacamole.
Bomb.
Quesadilla bomb.
El Fuertes Ultra Spark. I don't care if people think he's
El
offensive. I like him.
fuerte.
I like him.
Gigaposta.
Gigabuster.
And he runs fast.
That's true. And with the hands of AI, he has like insanely good anti-air. Next one,
Oh,
Hakan.
a con. Put him in oily.
These the reason we're doing this, besides not taking this super seriously, is the fact that there's just some characters that you just tears can't describe them. They're who they are for a reason.
That's why Danabiki is just Danabiki.
El Fuente's oily and Hakan's El Fuente is spicy and Hakan is oily. Remember, these do not represent their higher, they're beyond tiers. They're their own things, and this is below tiers. All right, next one, Jury. I say she's a solid B.5.
Yep.
Yeah. Um,
B for BDSM.
that is, yep. It's essentially that's her role. Yeah, she's a lesbianic BDSM taekwondo.
Oh, she's lesbian.
Yep.
C. Dang, I lost my chance. C.
All right, I ain't gonna.
I can't have her. No one will.
My God, have her no one. You be the one to convert her. That's what happened.
I mean, you've already seen my track record. It's done the opposite.
Next one, DiCapri.
The Capri. Mm,
She is Cammy with charge
D.
moves.
D tier.
That's a Shadow Realm. I'm like, she's just a doll.
All right.
Yep, and I still remember the salt when she was announced for Ultra Street Fighter 4. I still remember that salt. You were like, "You're kidding me!" So that's.
So
Ooh, next one, Poison.
P tier.
Come on,
Uh,
come on. First off, first off, it's funny. You know, it's funny. Her,
what?
her gender is actually subjective, according to the
I know
creator.
it is,
So
but it's always fun to meme on it.
that's true. That's true.
I mean, if it ever ends up happening, I would hopefully find out that it's a female
I got an
and
idea.
not find out that there's a something there.
I got it. I got an idea. She gets her own tier above Sea Viper. Sir.
Sir,
Gotta make it pink.
can't make it pink. That's that's giving it a gender. Need to make it gray. Oh wait,
That's
no.
the Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm should be black then.
Wait, will it mess with the text? Actually, I'm
It
curious.
will.
Yeah, no, it's a dark gray. It's pink because poison's pink. There, that's
All
why.
right.
Next one, Oni. We're almost done. Oni.
I only remember him once.
He's just stronger Akuma.
Oh yeah.
F.
Yeah. F.
Like he's fun to play, but that's all he is. Ooh, next one,
S.
Laura.
S. S.
Right there, put on S. And I kid you not, she's such a good S. You know why?
Why?
Because she can pull off the shaved head thing, and that's a miracle in and of itself. The like the shaved side of the head. Like now, I hate that look, but back when she had it, it was so novel. I was like, wow, it's nice.
I
Next
like
one,
her.
Nakali D.
Devour.
he, I'll say low D because story wise, he's the biggest letdown ever.
Oh, I just wanted the Devour section.
All right, you know what?
Devour. Hour.
Hour. Devour. But in any case, he's honestly disappointing. He really is.
For me, I would have put him in the Shadow Realm if it wasn't for anything else.
I mean, like, well, I honestly do like his gameplay, but just the story potential was so wasted. Ooh, here's another one. Rashid.
I want him in the A tier. I mean, as much as I like him, I don't think he deserves S.
You know what? He gets to be at least next to Alice, cause you know why?
Why?
His theme
He's,
song.
yes.
Rashido. That's
Oh
oh
my
my
god.
gosh.
The very, very first showdown. We were there the first time when there was the showdown. There were so many people that were just cheering that that one guy. It was the old guy. He was playing as Rashid. Everyone in the comments just kept typing in Rashido and just having the Rashid emote on Twitch chat.
Oh, it was glorious. It was glorious. And next, Fong, Shadow Realm.
Shadow Realm.
Just, that's all needs to be said. Next one, Colleen. And honestly, she's Gil's assistant. No, Urian's assistant. D. Just go ice powers.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one, Ed. He's unique. I give him that, but I
C tier.
literally think he's a tryhard.
I would say C tier, bottom C, low
You know,
C.
you're not too low. I like him more than Abel.
Yes, definitely. Anyone that we say for C has to be above Abel.
That is true. Next is Falk. Remember Falk?
Forgot about-
Street Fighter Five, the girl with the stick. She's got a
Yeah,
stick.
yeah, I forgot about that one.
I'm I'm
F.
I'm indifferent. Yeah, F. Yeah, I don't really care for her gameplay. Oh, give me a second here. There we go. Now it's plugged in. Abigail.
Abigail next.
Abigail.
Uh,
Abigail. I'll say F.
okay, F. Yeah,
Right below Birdie. No, yeah, right below Birdie. Abigail's something else. Okay, Minot.
S.
You know what? Even though I don't really care for her, she legitimately has a creative design, and she's the cutest little thing.
She's
And her game,
gosh darn cute.
yep, and her freaking gameplay. Good lord,
I mean, if I was able to play her well, she would have been my new waifu.
she will be unstoppable. But yes, Zeku. I like Zeku. I say at least
B.5.
perfect, perfect. Um, I'll say I'll say above M Bison. He's old.
Yeah.
He's old man with game. What more do you want? And he effectively created the Striders, which is what I appreciate. All right, down to the last two. G.
Hmm. I am very indifferent with G.
The fact that he looks like Abraham Lincoln, I got an idea. I got it. He's gonna be one of those. Here we go.
Name it for score. It's
Four score. Four score. I mean, he literally says he wants to be president of the world. So, okay, man, he's ambitious. And last and actually least, Kage.
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, and I thought Eva Ryu was bad. All right then, and with that, our tier list is complete.
What about Gil?
Oh, there is no Gil, but what would you put Gil?
Hmm.
I say, I say at the very least he'll be B.5. I'll put him
I would
above.
say A because he's also has that power move of the thong.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, in the freaking resurrection. Ugh.
Resurrection, and plus the Street Fighter Five Championship Edition theme song for him, masterpiece.
I got it. A and Gil. There you go. A and Gil. That's why I put that here.
Guild, gilded.
And anything about the cop lady Lucia.
I barely heard of her now, so
Shadow
either
Realm.
either indifferent or Shadow Realm.
And Lucia. There we go. She goes to the Shadow Realm. And with that, there is our official Hijack Show coolest Street Fighter characters tier list. And
Because
and
on top we have Death
Did
Beak.
Beaky. And below him, El Fuerte. And Hakan and G. So pretty much on top, we have like the silly characters. And our true top tier goes to Dudley, Cody, Elena, Laura, and Minot.
But not my girl.
I'm actually satisfied with this. It's a pretty. I say it's a pretty good list.
I think it's very good. I
Mm,
love the meme
yeah,
the memes sections we have.
yes, especially Zer and Dee Dee. All right. With all that said and done, I think it's about time we gotta call it a night. I gotta wake up early in the morning. So,
Yeah, because you still have work.
mm-hmm. So we're gonna start closing down now. And Jack, please let the audience know what will you be doing until the next episode of the Hack Jack Show.
So I'm gonna keep uploading videos for Doom Eternal. Uh, I wasn't planning on doing one today, but since we had the Hack Jack show, I said I would rather put it off for next time. Um, I'm thinking of just making one of the like this third episode be a live stream. That way I can end up playing more of it because I still need to. I'm planning to buy a new SSD, like one of the like the handheld ones. That way I can plug it in, record my stuff there, That way I can have another drive full of videos so I don't fill up my own computer.
Smart,
We'll see how long that's gonna take.
smart man, smart man. And and as for me, uh, as for me, tomorrow I will be releasing my Spider-Man video that I've been working on this past week. I'm hoping if it's gained enough attention and people like it, I will make it into a full series. I do plan on making just 13 of these videos in which I'll be covering the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, doing episode breakdowns, so a video for every episode. And I plan at least doing for at least season 1. So I'll be releasing the first episode of that tomorrow. As far as comic reviews, um, they're gonna be on hiatus for a while, on that end, and this will be an opportune time for me just to try new things and get the channel to look nice, get nice and snappy. Well, I also like to say that uh, Jack is helping us get is helping designing individual logos so that we can look more nice for our viewing audience. And with all that said, think for those who watch this show, thank you for watching towards the end. Hope you enjoyed a little memes tier list with Street Fighter, and we will see you guys next time on the next time on the Hack Jack Show. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Hack signing off.
Bye, guys.